My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody that has decided to take a little bit of a break. They may have ghosted or they may have communicated before things went kind of quiet, but this is someone who feels like they have to have distance between the two of you because being close to you is something that makes them feel like they're going to do something to hurt you. So this doesn't have to be a romantic connection, although I do feel like for many of you it would be. But this is a person who is acknowledging I need to work on some things because the way that I approached things with you last time or the way I've approached things with other people, it's pretty much guaranteed to cause some problems or some arguments with us, and I don't want to do that. So they feel like they're doing the right thing, but you may not feel the same way. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wisdom time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. If you're interested in an all-natural soy candle, I also have those linked in the description box for you, since you rate to my Etsy page. Let's start off with, we'll go with Under the Oak. Oh, wait, I was going to show you guys. Okay, so if you were on the live stream yesterday where my candle broke, and here's the top. Wild, right? I think I can still technically use the bottom. Anyways. All right, let's see what we've got. The Five of Pentacles. The Page of Wands. And the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm staying away from you because the last thing I want to do is hurt you. Five of Pentacles is no contact. Page of Wands. This is the self-awareness or reading the most likely outcome for a scenario that this person has done that made them realize, I maybe need to back off a little bit because if I do what I normally do, then I'm probably going to ruin this. So we have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like this is saying someone acknowledges there's resentment or anger or insecurity that needs to be dealt with before they could actually be in a relationship with you, in a healthy relationship with you. For some of you, this might be that they need to, really break things off with an ex. The Devil in the reverse, the Star in the reverse, and the Empress. Wow. I don't know if I gave this person enough credit. I think they are actually doing a deep dive on personal growth or, really looking at themselves, how their decisions have impacted the course of their life over the last several years, and realizing that there's an opportunity for them to become stronger. This is so interesting because this Empress card is the only one I can think of where the Empress is depicted as the lion. So this is absolutely somebody who is working on what has caused them problems with relationships previously. And I think they are staying away because they don't want to hurt you. So they have respect, and I feel like they might also love you. But this is someone who's realizing, if I do this, if I take this time for myself, then I can make sure that I don't fumble this or do what I always do and sabotage it. So why not take that time now and then pursue something? Hello, Melissa. How are you doing today? So the King of Wands next to the Empress, this is the same person's energy. This is someone who's working on their emotional maturity so that they can take bold action towards their love interest. Nine of Cups, Hanged Man in the reverse. This is like if you were to surprise your crush just show up on their doorstep on, you know, Friday night and say, hey, you want to go on a date? Looking all cute. And they're like, oh my gosh, yes, but I'm wearing sweatpants and I think I have some popcorn in my teeth. Can I have like 20 minutes? 30 minutes? I can shower real quick. This isn't somebody who needs 30 minutes to shower, but this is somebody who is like, hold that thought. Don't get distracted by anybody else. I'm just gonna need some weeks to work on some things, and then I'll be right back with you, okay? I do the general reading first, Melissa, which is usually about 35 minutes long. And then I take personal questions after that with priority to those who tip or donate. You can also donate a membership. So we've got somebody here who's figuring out how to be in a balanced relationship. We have the Six of Pentacles. I want to be able to give to you what you deserve in a relationship instead of something that would probably lead to a breakup because you know you deserve better. The High Priestess. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse and the Sun. Wow. Okay. I do think that you have been a catalyst for this person. They might have felt like nobody like you really exists. They might have felt like love was a waste of time. They might have been very non-committal or just like not really convinced that things would go their way. But now that they've encountered you, it's inspired them to be very quick moving or remain dedicated to what they need to work on so that they can be that person for you. And I do feel like this means they've got some greater understanding of themselves and how to approach you. This is serious healing. I'm proud of them. Look at them go. All right, let's get a few from the Cats Rule the Earth. Eight of Cups in the reverse. The World in the reverse. So keep in mind, this is a general reading, and therefore there's a lot of different threads that I'm weaving into one for you all. Take whatever resonates, right? Leave the rest. But you're on similar timelines, but not the same. Some of you might have this person reaching back out to you in 2 weeks because it's already been 2 months. Some of you might not hear from this person for, 3 months because they just ghosted you. There's, a timeline difference here, but I do feel like there's this cycle this person goes through and they want it to be on fast forward. Like, I don't have very much time. I've got to make it to, tell someone I love them. It's like they're taking, it makes me think of J-term, which was what I did in college, which was a very intense, God, how many hours did we have a day? Was it 4 hours? It was a class that only lasted for January. You didn't have any other classes, so you just immersed yourself in this subject, and you would go to class, I think it was 4 days a week for 4 hours or something. It was intense, right? That's what this person's doing with their spiritual healing. They're looking at it as, I have to be way over there and looking way more mature than I do right now. So I have to get through all of these lessons before I can be with that person. Because if I don't do these things, I will do it the wrong way, or I will disappoint them, and they deserve better than that. Or they'll realize that I'm not really ready for a relationship, and then I'll ruin that chance to be with someone. But if I'm like, can I come back in a month? Then I'll be able to prepare so that I don't have to eventually get broken up with or eventually run away scared. Because they felt like it was inevitable that there would be a breakup or an argument because they weren't ready. Hello, Pretty, how are you doing? Hello, THK, how are you? I don't tell people that. You want to guess? It'll amuse me. What else do we have? But my birthday is on Sunday. You want to buy me Dr. Pepper? 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. And the 4 of Swords. Healing, healing, healing. This person is putting a lot of others to shame. They're doing this because they want a relationship. So what are they working on? 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands in the reverse, Ace of Wands. So we could have somebody that had a problem being faithful in relationships. We could have somebody who was raised by people that don't necessarily have the best approach to romance, or maybe were quite negative in terms of how they approach connections with other people. But this is a person who was like, you know what? I could just like repeat the cycle or do the same thing as everybody else, and I would probably get kind of like not great results, right? I could have the drama that everybody else around me has, or I could like work on this. I could maybe go to therapy, or I could read some like self-help books. I could address this thing that makes me sabotage relationships, and then maybe I could actually like be happy. Good for them. Hanged Man in the reverse. 5 of Swords. They are well aware of the things they've done to sabotage relationships in the past. They feel like they had already started to be a little bit, I don't know, stubborn or problematic when they started talking to you. And it's like they stopped themselves from pursuing something. Because it's like, yeah, you know, I could like use that same little script that I've used in the past and have some flirtation for 3 weeks, and then some argument will happen and we'll go back to being strangers, right? Or if this is the person that I could potentially see myself being happy with for a very long time, then wouldn't it actually be worth it for me to like work on myself? Be my best self? All right, this is the Egyptian Tarot. Hello, Leo, how are you doing today? I think I saw one flipped over. 7 of Wands, we'll see if that one comes back out. So we have the Devil, the 9 of Cups in the reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. I think this is someone who has like at least seen some sort of example of this, or known from experience that you don't get what you want if you don't appreciate it, if you don't show gratitude for it, or if you don't like invest in something. So I feel like this was someone who was very like light touch, like surface level. I don't really want you to know me too much, and I'm not going to get to know you too much. But then the universe decides to play a joke on them, and in some strange way, they meet this like perfect person. Nobody's actually perfect, but this is somebody who's like perfect for them, right? And they're just like, I didn't think I'd ever like anybody this much. This is weird. How about maybe we could, I just wanted to, if I do any of those things, I'm going to ruin this. and then they pull back, right? And then they maybe need to get some advice. Maybe they check in with a trusted family member, a cousin or an aunt or something, and they realize, I've got to take care of these things that always come up and always cause problems. Maybe it's a really jealous ex, you know? I've got to find a way to implement some boundaries, or, you know, maybe have a few conversations with this person so that that doesn't come up, you know, 2 months from now and end the relationship that I'm trying to keep. Hello, Erin. How are you doing? Hello, Godson. How are we doing? We've got the Three of Swords and the King of Wands with Justice and the Ace of Pentacles. So if I had just gone about my regular approach, my regular routine, I would probably break your heart. But I don't want to hurt you. So I'm taking some time for myself. Justice, making some decisions, weighing some choices, looking at my past, forgiving my ex, you know, like cleaning out my closet. Because what I want is this long-term relationship, and I want to make sure that everything is ready for that and nothing can get in the way of that. All right, let's get a few from the Earth and Bone Oracle. What else do we have? Sorcerer, number 18. Ambition, determination, willpower, creation, and focus. And Wayfarer, contemplation, search for truth, inner guidance, and introspection. I'm not at all surprised to see that. It's like the Hermit card for this Oracle deck. And then the Sorcerer is like the King of Wands, like I'm getting stuff done. I know that I need to look within. I know that I need to work on myself. And if I do that and I do it in the right way, then maybe I can actually have what I want. This person that seems like my dream partner. What else do we have? Trinity, number 3. Balancing decisions, priorities, adapting to change. And Conjurer, higher self, subconscious, influencing, and creation. Yeah. So making decisions, I was just saying that with the Justice card, right? Maybe I need to change my job. Maybe I need to stop hanging out with that friend. Maybe I need to have a conversation with my parents about how they talk to significant others that I introduce to them. What can I do to make this a better process so that when I pursue that person, it's not as likely to have a problem, a major problem? This is the Energy Oracle. What else do we have? Man holding a coin and broken heart. I think this is someone who has to let go of what happened in their previous relationship. Something that would probably lead to them not being able to trust you or not being able to do right by you. For some of you, this could be, I need to work out a better situation with, you know, co-parenting so that that doesn't get in the way of a relationship. Or I need to make sure that I actually block that ex of mine. But they're making everything ready. They're like, okay, let's clean this up. Let's make sure that nothing and no one can cause that drama. Hey, Redbeard, how you doing today? We have blossoming abundance and fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. They're making things happen. They're making a lot of changes, and it's because of you. It's not that they don't care enough about themselves to have made these changes before. It's that now they feel like it's a risk to actually hurt you instead of potentially hurting themselves and some rando, you know? It's become more important to them. So they might be thinking about, you know, do I want to find a place to live with you? Or do I want to live closer to you? Do I want to find a job that enables me to spend more time with you? Or do I want to, you know, take some vacation? They're making all these plans, but it's built on making sure that from an emotional standpoint, they're actually ready to connect with you. So I find this to be very admirable. This is the Voyage of the Soul. Hey, Ike, how you doing today? Hello, Ashraf, how you doing? Hello, Nene, how are you doing? Happy Friday. Hey, Mavaser, have I missed something? I'm not sure how that relates, but I hope you're having a good day. We've got seed, potential, fertility, idea, budding, future, and capable. And aura, mood, light, glow, shield, and protection. We did have Archangel Raphael come through, and I do think that because this person has the best of intentions, it's like things are going easier for them. I want to be a better person so that I could be a good partner for that person. So the universe is like, bet, okay, here's some free Twizzlers. Probably not Twizzlers. It's probably more like, we're going to help you find that job. We're going to help you more easily locate the living situation that works best. It's making things a little bit less complicated for this King of Wands so that they can actually pursue this love interest because they're doing it the right way. Vibration, vortex, buzzing, mind, reality, and energy flow. Soul, infinite self, non-physical, source, karma, and Akashic records. And magic, alchemy, shaman, worlds, orbs, fairies, and trees. And remember, we did have the conjurer as well as the sorcerer. So this person may come through as the magician at some point as well. Oh wait, did we have the magician in the beginning? I don't think we did actually. That's the Ace of Wands. So they're changing on a fundamental level. They're changing so that they can actually be at this vibration that makes it so that a relationship with you would be more likely to succeed. This is big. All right, let's get a few from the Love Oracle. It's me. Okay, if that's how I pronounce it. What else do we have? Realizations, epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings. If I want to be with you, I need to work on forgiveness or letting go of the negative feelings or resentment from that previous connection, because I had been dealing with a person that was wearing a mask. So it could have been really difficult for this King of Wands to be able to trust people because of the last experience they had in romance. But they meet you and they find you to be very attractive. They feel like you have a heart of gold and they want to make sure they don't ruin it. They know there's a tendency to get into relationships and then feel like they're stuck, and that's when the self-sabotage pattern begins. So they're looking back to situations with their own family that started that pattern, or, the examples that were set that maybe they need to remove from their mind and relearn a different approach, because they want a second chance in love. They don't want to continue to repeat the same mistakes that they've already made. Hey James, how you doing? Aw, well that's good. We've got distracted, sidetracked, change, delays, and conflict, clashing, differences, and incompatibility. Emotional storm, turmoils, unstable, and affected. So I had to take some space or some time away from you because I didn't want to hurt you. And I knew that was likely because there was still an ongoing conflict. Maybe this person was getting divorced. Maybe this person was renegotiating their child custody situation. But they had things going on that did make it more difficult for them to give you the time and attention that they wanted. But they also needed to be able to heal from this turmoil or this stress that they've been going through. For many of you, I do feel like this is regarding a previous relationship, a divorce, or dealing with how to co-parent. All right, let's get a few from, we'll go with the Metamunes. Hello, Kumar, how are you doing? Hello, Betty. I hope you're having a good day. The World in the reverse, the 10 of Wands, and the Tower. Once I figure out how to, wrap up the drama over here, or once the agreement is signed and things are finalized, or once I move into my own place, then I feel like I can actually pursue something serious, right? Till then, it seems a little bit unfair or overly complicated. Lovers in the reverse, the Moon, 3 of Swords in the reverse, and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, so I think they have to deal with non-romantic things in their life and things that they have avoided in their past. The Lovers is in the reverse because this is a decision that they have avoided for a long time. They let things just kind of sit here like dirty plates in a sink, growing mold, catching some flies. And they recognized that maybe they kept having issues in romance because they had never gotten over those problems, or they'd never forgiven that ex, or they expected everyone to always be lying to them. King of Cups, emotional maturity, 2 of Wands, planning, 7 of Swords in the reverse. I want to be able to be in an open and honest and vulnerable, healthy romantic relationship with this person that is like my dream partner. So I'm willing to do what I need to and take serious time to pursue what I need to in order to be the right kind of partner, in order to not be that self-sabotaging partner. Knight of Wands, Ace of Swords in the reverse, Death in the reverse. See, we got a little problem though. Because I feel like this is someone who didn't really tell you what you needed to know regarding what their plans were. Hey, I need like 6 weeks, I'm gonna work on this, and then we can like go back to talking, or then I can see you more frequently, or hey, there's this big court situation that I have to deal with as far as my ex, and we gotta figure out what's going on with the kids, so I can't really talk to you much until then, or I'll know more about what can, be decided regarding where I live, blah, blah, blah. They didn't communicate as well as they could have. And they're realizing that now because they've been through this healing. They're like, oh, maybe I could have told you what I was doing. Oops. Probably should have. Did not. All I can tell you is I think she's probably in New York. Hello, Dana. How are you doing? Oh my goodness. I'm just realizing I didn't respond to your picture. I will respond to that. Sorry, I've been doing a lot of the administrative stuff, trying to like add end screens and everything. We've got somebody here who feels like they've finally been able to conquer some of the emotional issues that have led to arguments and dissatisfaction in relationships. It's like that new clean feeling you get after the dentist where you're like, I'm so great. Look at my teeth, they're so shiny. But it's their soul now. It's not the teeth thing. It's I shined up my soul real nice. Look at it. It's all purty and stuff. Wearing its Sunday best. This is why I picked up this tarot deck, because it has a 79th card, an extra card, which is the Tree of Life. Wow. Who are you? This person's great. Well done, King of Wands. I'm proud of you. The Tree of Life talks about spiritual growth and development. So this makes a ton of sense for somebody who's clearly actually got great intentions and wants to do right by their love interest. So we have this King of Swords, an emphasis on wanting to listen, but also wanting to be vulnerable and communicative. So I think there's going to be a communication in the near future. It depends on where you are, of course, on that timeline. This person may still have, a couple weeks or even several to finish up what they feel like they need to. But for many of you, I feel like they're going to start off this communication by saying, I feel like I should have been a little bit clearer about what was going on or what I needed to work on. And I'm sorry. Hello, Antonio. Hello, Redbeard. Hello, Lori. Oh, you're so welcome. Thanks for checking out the channel. Hello, Matt. I hope you're having a good day so far. Let's see what we've got from the situations deck, shall we? Hey, Jamike, how's your day going? Thank you, Antonia. I appreciate that. Irreconcilable differences, divorce, final. This could be what they needed to deal with before they could pursue you. Even if it's been a done deal divorce-wise, like the courts already figured it out a long time ago, they might have been dealing with the need to forgive that person and let go of that resentment. Because if you're still over here hating on your ex, I don't want to date you. Why would I want that? So that you can tell me all your stories about how you hate that person? Thanks, but no. Like, I could just watch reality television and I wouldn't have to get you any gifts for your birthday. So, like, isn't that better? This is someone who understood, if I don't let go of this previous relationship, if I carry that, like, resentment, that anger, it's just going to blow up this new relationship. So why would I do that? But they are crazy about you. Even if they've had to keep their distance, it's been like, I'm way over here, but I still see you. You're still looking good. Oh, did you get some new jeans? We have the obsession card. They're like, yeah, I know that we can't be talking as much, or I know I'm having to focus on other things, but I'm still looking at your stories. Oh, that's a real cute outfit you got there. You look so delicious. But this is what is like helping to motivate them, right? I don't know. Maybe some of you block this person. Maybe they don't have access. But I feel like for many of you, this is somebody who's like, I don't feel like I can talk to you, or I can't be like pursuing that right now. But I do like that I can still look at you. It's good inspiration, you know? Ascension, spiritual growth. Figuring out what needs to change in order to no longer feel stuck. Thank you, Ike. Hello, stories. How are you doing? And we've got done, completion, lesson learned. I think they've actually resolved whatever this was with the person from their past. They've listened to their intuition and forgiven or let go or risen above those things because they understood at a deep level that if they carried that into a connection with you, it would have caused problems. It would have ruined it. So good for them. All right, let's see what we've got from the Love Tarot. Yeah, I mean, if they went and got married, then like they need to like stay over there. What else do we have? You're mysterious. I can never seem to figure you out. Sometimes I feel like you're hiding something from me, and I never really know where I stand with you. Feel like that's your impression of this person because they didn't communicate as much as they should have about why they needed some time to themselves. So we have some tears. You didn't, give me the answers I needed, or there's still some confusion. I don't know what's going on here. There's something I really want to share with you. I've been waiting for the right time to tell you. So I think they're coming back around, and you're going to be like, what? I didn't know you were planning on coming back around, or I didn't know what you've been up to. I didn't know if you were like dating someone else. They're nervous. You might not want to hear what they have to say because they know that they did already hurt you. Even though they walked away so that they didn't hurt you, they still hurt you by putting things on pause or not communicating as clearly as they needed to. Everything that happened hurt me so much, I need more time to heal. So they're nervous. They'll be all feeling great and healed up and everything's great. And then maybe you're not interested or you're not willing to forgive them for how things went down. I'm acting like I don't care about what happened between us, but I do. I just want to appear unbothered. Oh, look at you. If this is your reading, this is saying you've been trying to make it seem like you're not as upset about this person being less than... It's like there was this chemistry, there were fireworks, and then all of a sudden it was like, psh, nothing. Like, what happened? What did I do? What did I say? Did I smell bad? You didn't want it to seem like you were really upset about it, but I think you were. Is it true? I heard you were dating someone. Is it true? Please tell me it isn't. So now they're nervous that while they've been healing so that they could be a great partner to you, that you have decided to date someone else. Oh my. They're nervous. What else do we have? Soldier. Waiting. And friend. So someone basically put themselves in the friend zone, decided to focus on their healing, but didn't give you enough detail on what was really going on. Didn't tell you what they were planning on. Maybe they should have been a little bit clear about that, because I do feel like there's someone else here who's interested in you. And that's probably why they heard that you were dating someone new. The new person seems to be a little bit of an ego. You've got lover and haughtiness. So for some of you, keep in mind, this is going to be in like the next week or 2, 3. But for others of you, you've already got somebody who's showing interest in you and you're kind of like trying to figure them out. And maybe you even already have a little bit of a suspicion, like, I don't know about that ego on you. You seem to be just a little bit too self-absorbed. Or I don't know if you got that like compassionate thing down yet, you know? So you might be a little bit hesitant about the new person when the King of Wands reaches out after it's been several weeks or even several months. Money, malady, and journey. This person could live at a distance, the new person, or they could be taking you on a trip. I do feel like this is someone who has an illness around the time that you hear from the King of Wands. And there could be something about this new person because they have a little bit of haughtiness or ego. This could be a person who feels like they can win you over through like presence or like financial stability type things. Hello, Danielle. How are you doing? Hello, Mary. How are you doing? Hello, Flower. This is not Burger King. That's funny. What do we want? We'll go with the Morgan Greer. What else do we have? King of Swords and the Five of Wands. I think there is someone who's interested in you. I think there is a romantic rival here, and the King of Wands is worried for a reason. So we have the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Remember, the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles, these do not have to be men. We've had a lot of masculine energy coming through, but that could also be because we have somebody who's decided to take action on something that they needed to do, which is masculine energy. So we've got two people, King of Swords and the King of Pentacles. But one is not like the other. One of them's actually put in the work, and the other one just like talks about how great they work. This is interesting because I very often am encouraging you to pursue a new love and let the old one simmer or like go away, right? But this seems to be saying you're tempted by a new love who is potentially materialistic or has an ego problem, and potentially going to dismiss or reject someone from your past who's actually done some really important work and would have very good intentions towards you. Knight of Swords, Judgment in the reverse, Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like you're going to conflate these two. I feel like you're going to think the new person's automatically better without realizing that the person from your past has been putting in like primo healing effort. And this materialistic individual is not stable in some way, not emotionally mature, possibly even emotionally manipulative. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, not capable of long term, but you're going to get confirmation of this. So if you're choosing between new and someone from your past, and you've got some reason to be hesitant, maybe thinking that there is a lack of genuine like consideration or compassion for others in the new love, it could be because you're starting to see just how much genuine loving energy is coming from this person from your past, the King of Wands. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes, and I'll see you on the next